started. I was shy, I was introverted, I didn't even really like people. That's the truth, I really didn't. But it wasn't that I didn't like something about them, it's because I was so many things I didn't like about myself. It's hard to like other people when you don't like yourself. There's a saying that says that you could only be loved to the degree that you love yourself. But I kind of thought that that was an arrogant thing to say that you loved yourself. Because like, oh, you love yourself, what do you mean? But what that means is, and if you've ever experienced this, you know what I'm talking about, that whatever you see in yourself, other people see in you. And if you see that you're a quality person that's willing to stick it out and you have endurance and that you treat people with respect, then you actually get treated that way by other people. You ever see that it's always the girls that were mistreated by their dads and their family members, or they had no dads or they had no family members, and maybe they were mistreated, and then they always end up what? Dating the wrong dudes, okay? Because they didn't respect themselves and they didn't see value in themselves, so they end up finding somebody that treats them the same way that they look at themselves. So when we get people into business and people are like, okay, it's financial services, teach me about financial services. There's like an entire process that somebody has to go through first in the beginning. That's self-reflection. And it's about looking inside before they would look outside. If you're in this room and you're like, I want to build a team and it's not happening fast for me, maybe you skip the beginning step about looking and building yourself. Sometimes you have to look at building yourself before you're going to ask other people to follow you or listening to you. And I love what Jalen said right there. By the way, I just passed you in the hallway and I called you what? Clark Kent, Superman. I literally passed Jalen in the hallway. I don't know him. We've never had a conversation. I walk by and I go like this. And I'm still looking. And like my head's turning, right? And I'm a weirdo, okay? And I'm like this. And I was like, you remind me of Superman. You know, Clark Kent, this is a trainee in the business. Now, I'm obviously using optics on the outside, but to me, he could literally go into a phone booth and come out and pull one of these, okay? You know what I mean? Like, he could do that. And sometimes people think I'm messing around. No, I'm seeing something in you, and that's my job as a leader, okay? Because I was a guy like that when somebody said, hey, this guy's gonna do something. And I was like, really? And then they're like, yeah, he's gonna be somebody. And I'm like, please keep talking. Okay, you ever catch somebody like that? They don't want this to stop. It's like, feed me, tell me where I'm going. And sometimes, and I remember when Patrick looked over there and he started his introduction, and I'm an FA. And it took me forever to hit FA. Some of you guys hit this fast. I did. It took me forever. And I remember being in the room and Patrick asked me to speak in front of his guys. And I'm like, why would you have me speak in front of your guys? And he says, because you're coming up. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. Okay, but okay, fine, I'll talk. And then he goes to introduce me and he goes like this. He goes, you remember in high school, the guys, right? And then in my head, I'm like thinking of the guys. And then I was like, yeah. And he goes, Jason's not one of the guys. And I was like, no. You ever sit there? No. And I'm like, okay. And then he goes, remember those guys? And I'll never forget, I'm sitting, because I'm pointing this side because I was on this side of the room. He's here, I'm there. I'll never forget looking from there to here. And I'm looking around and he goes, remember those guys? And then I was like this. And he goes, he's not one of those guys either. And I was like, no, I'm not one of those guys. And at this point, I'm like, who am I? I have no idea where this is going, but shit, let's go. And then he goes, remember that guy? And guys, my eyes just, it's like they changed colors. It's like my eyes went forward and he goes like this, he's that guy. And I was like, that's right. Like in my head, I was like, you don't even know who I am. I felt like Incredible Mother-freaking Hulk. I felt like just ripping it. I felt like, guys, you guys ever get hot in your chair? Okay, but it's not for something embarrassing. Because embarrassing, you get hot in your chair, okay? But I'm talking about where you get so going and your leg starts moving and like you start tapping something or you grind your teeth or you like grab the side of something. Like in my mind, I'm like, you have no idea what's going on inside of me right now. But if I was to run a race, I'd win. Like that's my mentality, is like, just point me in the right direction. And I'll tell you guys something, as I learned the power of transferring identity, I learned the power of how important that is. Not fluff, not BS, not lies. No. Transferring an identity into somebody that doesn't believe that because they're not used to that language. It's a completely different language that you speak. And so I want you guys to know something here. There are people in this room that are going to be running their own offices. There are people in this room that are going to be running their own hierarchies. There are people in this room that are going to make more money than you ever thought you were going to make. And you're not going to look cocky when you're making it. You're going to be giving a lot of it away because you're going to have a heart of abundance. When you have a heart of abundance, you actually give money away because you know more is coming. When you have a heart of scarcity, you hold and you withdraw and you pull and you keep. But when you have a heart of abundance, you're like, it's okay. You know what happens when you have a heart of abundance? You forgive more. You say it's okay. You get into a financial dispute and you know what you say at that moment? You know what? Fine, just take it. It's good. That's cool. We're good. And you're like, the old you would be like, you owe me money, bro. But this time you're like, you know what? It's all good. And you start having this posture and it's literally like this business is working on you before you start building a team. You work on yourself. Now, remember, we have no idea where all of you guys come from before you got here. We may say Jalen's new in the business. I don't know what he's done before in his life. Maybe he was killing it in life and he was working on himself and he finds this and this is where he takes off. So we could say something like, oh my gosh, in his first week or his first month or his first 3 months, and then you could start comparing yourself. And remember that comparison is the thief of joy. So you'll rob yourself of joy by going, that person's been here for this long. What's wrong with me? That was my entire first year in this business. My entire first year in this business, I was watching people come in and killing it and killing it and killing it. And I felt like a loser because what I was doing was I was comparing myself to their success instead of asking, well, how long did it take you in other parts of your life to get to this spot? Maybe you were working really hard before you got here. Right. And then if you haven't worked hard before you got here, maybe it's going to take you a little while. That's all right. And if you've worked really hard before you came here, maybe your explosion is about to take place. But I want you guys to look at how long you've been here differently than the way you've looked at how long you've been anywhere else. For every year you're here, for every month you're here, it's a year of life. Okay? Who's in their first, watch this. Who's in their first 30 days? Watch this. Who's in their first 30 days? Who's in their first 30 days? Raise your hand. Okay? This means they are not even 1 year old. Okay? 1 year old. Just hatched. They're just getting started right here. They're brand new. They're like, you just got started with us? Just today's her birthday. You know what I mean? It's like Merry Christmas, just in the team. By the way, welcome to the team. You guys have a great dynamic. Welcome to the team. I look forward to getting to know you. How many of you guys are between 3 months? Like you're within your first 90 days. Watch this. Look around. First 90 days. That means they're what? How old are they? 2 to 3 years old. I have a 2-year-old. I have a 3-year-old. That's you guys. Now, in life, you're older than that. But in this business, you're 2 years old. You know what that means? Hey, come over here. No. Get over here. Say it like this. Do it like this. But I don't want it. I didn't ask you what you want. Do it like this. Just letting you know, we don't talk down to you like you're 2 or 3, but we talk to you like you're 2 or 3. I hope you catch it. Means you need instruction. You need to learn. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Okay? Well, you know what I think? No, we don't know what you think. We're not interested in what you think. In fact, the way you thought got you here. We need you to think differently. We need to teach you how to think. I don't want to know how your dad or mom taught. I don't want to hear it. If you were a killer, you wouldn't have shown up. You're missing something. So just stop, swallow your pride, listen. Then start forming your new thoughts. You'd be surprised how fast you could grow if you stop blocking the message. Many people block the message. It's called pride, ego. It blocks the message. Okay? How many of you guys are here between 4 and 6 months? 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months. This is awesome. You're a stud. You're a stud. We got some good people right here. Okay? How many of you guys are here between 9 and 12? No, 9 and 12. 7 to 12 months. 7 to 12 months. 7 to 12 months. So now let's get a collective whole. Everybody that's in your first year in this business, raise your hand. First year of the business, raise your hands. Everybody I've asked so far. Okay? Yeah, 1 year or less. First year of the business. This is congratulations. By the way, at this point in my career earnings are like $2,000. Probably just like yours. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have anything going on, but that second year got nasty. That second year starts getting nasty. I want you guys to know something. The first year, in your mind, you feel like you're lying to everybody. But you're not lying. What happens is they ask you, how's your business? You're always at the office. And you're like, You wouldn't believe me if I told you. And in their mind, they're like, dang, you're doing it? And you're like, yeah, yep. And then you go in the car and you look in the mirror and you're like, what the hell's going on in my life? That's this business. But in the second year, third year, you do this thing right. Second year, third year, all of a sudden it's like, you did what? You wouldn't even believe it, because if you told your friends and family, like if Sparsh told his parents, oh yeah, this month I made $40,000, they'd be like, get real. I'm not talking about your revenue of your company. I'm talking about like your personal income. And it's like, no, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I want you guys to know that's about to happen. Who's in their second year in this office? Who's in their second year in this office? Okay. Who's between months 13 and 18? Months 13 to 18, okay? This is where you're a teenager. Well, look at their hands again. These are the annoying ones. Ready? Look around. Oh, so annoying. They're teenagers. So month 13 to month 18, that means that they're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And you know what you get with this group? They start ditching school. They start doing things their way. They say, got it, Mom. Got it, Dad. They're in meeting after the meeting and their brokers are telling them something and they're like, oh, I know, you've already, and they say this, I've already heard that. You've already said that. No, there's a reason you need to hear it again, homie, okay? You didn't get it the first time, all right? And then who's in after 2 years but not yet at 3, like you're between 2 years and 3 years in the business, okay? There's wisdom here. There's wisdom here. They already know what they don't like about their marketing director, and they accept it. They already know, all of them. Every one of these hands, look at their hands again. They all know what they don't like about their marketing directors, and they accept it. Because after 24 years old, you go, yeah, Mom made some mistakes. Dad made some mistakes. But you know what? That's what it is. Just chalk it up. I'll just see them at holidays. It doesn't mean I have to spend a lot of time with them, but I already understand what's going on in this business. Guys, that's our business. And you don't have to give 20 years, okay? But give yourself 12, 18, 24 months. Really, give yourself time. Kids go to college for 4 years and they jack around and it's 10 times more expensive. Okay? The cost of time and money is so much more significant than if you just gave this. This is community college commitment. Part-time, 2 years, okay? That's what this is. But if you do this right, I promise you'll get full-time results. I promise you get full-time results. So I just wanted to leave that as you go into your meetings today.